Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Wednesday, November 26, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. I'll just jump to this weekly bar chart that goes back several years. We did close last week below the 187.87 formation. That set up a near-term sell signal only to 159.93. This is a 7-month rising channel bottom that can contain selling not only through the rest of the year, but well into the first quarter. From here, we can round back up to 187.87 within 2 to 3 weeks. There's a 2 to 3 week swing trade in case you're wondering where do we go from 159.93, or the 2 to 3 month swing trade or near-term investment, as I would like to call it, above 159.93. Once tested, we can round up into the 219 to 229 region within 2 or 3 months. And that is really the backdrop in terms of the big picture. Let's take a look at kind of the day itself. We do have channel resistance, 3-day channel resistance at 180.12 that may contain intraday, possibly daily buying pressures. We could fall into negative territory from here once tested. I don't think we'll see it falling all the way back to 163.58, but that happens to be our objective following the sell signal that I outlined early in the video on the weekly chart. And you can see that on the daily chart, same exact structures. 188.12 is on the daily chart what we find at 187.87 on the weekly chart. 160.88 is what we find on the daily chart. That is at 159.93 on the weekly chart. And so 163.58 is a descending channel bottom. Now, I don't see this today. It's certainly possible, but holding below 180.12 will keep selling pressures alive short term. That is to say, for the day and into later week, we can fall back into the low 160s, which would meet an objective where you could bottom pick this market. You can cover a short position that may have been established roughly a week ago, or you could just go long at 160.88 on a bottom picking opportunity, where from here, once again, we could round up within 2 to 3 weeks into the upper 180s and climbing and on into really the 219.29 region that I already mentioned within 2 or 3 months. Now, if we do close below, and it's not going to happen today, but potentially at the end of the week or the end of next week, we close below 159.93, we enter another sell signal that's actually more significant than the recent one below 187.87. Then anticipating 119.82, I'm going to call this a 2 to 3 month target, but if you look at the volatility that we have now, this could certainly be within 3 to 5 weeks is possible. Certainly a couple of months I think is likelier. 119.82. 119.82, this is a long-term channel bottom for NVIDIA now. It really defines trend, I think, over the next several years. We could bottom out here not only through Q1, but all of 26 perhaps. And yes, if we were to close below 119.82 in the coming months, that doesn't bode well for NVIDIA long-term, at least as we continue well into 26.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
Let's take a look at the upside. I'm just going to say that, closing today above 180.12 does indicate this 187.87 to 188.22 region probably on Friday. Remember, tomorrow we're off. Thursday, Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. So if we close today above 180.12, 187.87, 188.22, likely on Friday, where we could top out once again, through next week, fall away within 2 or 3 weeks, back to 160.88. I see this a low 160s to upper 180s as kind of our two-sided framework on a 2 to 3 week time horizon. It's just that we have yet to reach our 160.88 target, which remains in play over the next few days below 180.12, over the next couple of weeks below the upper 180s. Now, if we do happen to, and it's not going to happen today, but if we did happen to close above 187.87, which is represented here by here, we've got this descending channel top. Let me say a couple of things. So if it's on the weekly chart, if we do close, say, Friday below 187.87, which is a long shot, but it is possible. If we do close back above this structure on Friday, that neutralizes bearish momentum, neutralizes our anticipation of 159.93, and with that, you can begin reaching for 219.64. And what I mean by that is either reversing and going long NVIDIA outright as the stock, or maybe you'll reach for 220 or 230 strike out of the money calls that don't expire. You know, this is like a 2-month play or less. I'd go 3 or 4 months out on the expiration of those 220 calls. And there's that. Okay, so if we close back above the upper 180s, I see no compelling reason to play the short side. You want to start moving into a long position, and I think it would then be a settlement above 192.88. That would be a full momentum reversal. So momentum, downward momentum, which is attacked right now below this 187.88 area, or this upper 180s, let's call it. If we close above it, that bearish momentum neutralizes. But in terms of reversing from negative to positive, for me, that is a settlement above 192.88. And what is nice about this formation, if we do make our way up into the upper 180s over the next few days, this is also dropping, this is rising. They will all converge over the next full week, and it'll make it much easier to not only sell into the upper 180s, but to reverse and go long above this structure at 192.88 as they tighten up and they become more, as they converge into a closer price point. So closing above 192.88 does set up 214.10 as a 2 to 3 week target. I happen to think that if we close the week above 187.87, you can anticipate this 214.10 anyway within probably 2 to 3 weeks. It's just that settlement above 192.88 should set off follow-through buying pretty aggressively. Yeah, so happy Thanksgiving. You should also know that on Tuesday, wickedstocks.com put out a stock pick on Commercial Metals Company. You might want to check that out. You could see it for free by taking advantage of our 5-day free trial. You'll also see our daily Triple Q, our daily SPY, our weekly Apple stock, et cetera, our 2 stock picks a week. Yeah, and I will be back Friday with Friday's NVIDIA report. So you have a great, have a happy Thanksgiving. I think I said that once or twice already.